I accidentally caught my husband fooling around with a student I sponsored. In my rage, I smashed everything in the house, but the student knelt in front of me. She begged me to let them be together. She said she did not want any status. My husband insisted on divorcing me to get revenge on them. I exposed their affair to the school, replaced my husband lessons with private photos of him and the student. I even rushed in front of the camera during his interview with reporters. I exposed their relationship on the spot. These actions finally forced my husband to negotiate, but he showed up with a psychiatric diagnosis. Only then did I realize he was deliberately pushing me to go crazy. He wanted to record my breakdown as evidence, but at this moment, my husband completely forgot who adopted him when his parents abandoned him. When he was young, his parents divorced. No one wanted to take him in. It was my mother who adopted him. From then on, he lived with our family. One day, my father discovered his amazing talent in math, so he spent all his savings to support his education, and he lived up to expectations. At 10, he won the math Olympiad championship. At 14, he was admitted to Harvard early. At 16, he published papers and became famous worldwide. When his biological parents saw his success, they tried to fight for custody, but he drove them away. He knelt before my parents. He promised to treat them as his real parents and to take good care of me after that. His career took off. He never left my side. He promised to be with me for life until we were 27s by. Then he was already successful. He stopped chasing fame and profit. He started growing flowers in his spare time to support his interest. I arranged for fresh flowers to be delivered every week. I never expected that my husband and the girl who delivered flowers would connect over their shared views on flowers. That was how they met. After that, he often bought flowers from her. Their relationship grew closer. One day, my husband suddenly came to me. He said he wanted to sponsor the girl's schooling. I looked at her young face. It was filled with exhaustion beyond her age. It reminded me of my husband back then, helpless and lost after being abandoned. So I softened and agreed. In the days that followed, I treated the girl like my own sister. She also lived up to my expectations. She was admitted to Harvard, where my husband and I worked. When she received her acceptance letter, I left work early to cook a feast. I wanted to celebrate, but what I saw was her being intimate with my husband. That moment, I completely collapsed. I went crazy and trashed the whole house. But my husband kept protecting the girl. He warned me that as long as I behaved, he would not divorce me. Then he left with the girl. I was heartbroken, unable to accept reality. I exposed their affair, but the school did not fire my husband. Instead, to appease him, they punished me. I could not accept this blow, so I exposed them even more recklessly. In the end, what I got was a psychiatric diagnosis. My husband personally sent me to a mental hospital. I was expelled from the school. Even my degree was revoked. All of this happened so suddenly, I thought my life was completely ruined until one day. During treatment at the hospital, I found out I was 5 months pregnant. This child made my husband step back. He brought me home, but everything had already drained me, both physically and mentally. In the days that followed, I lived like a walking corpse. I stared blankly in my room every day. My husband only came occasionally to do prenatal education. The rest of the time he spent with the